Rolling green fields bask under a bright, expansive sky in Devon. From his kitchen window, Michael observes the village. John's large, stone house stands as a testament to his status. John exits his home, a palpable air of confidence surrounding him. He pauses, surveying the landscape with a satisfied gaze. Michael watches, his expression unreadable from a distance. Inside the sparsely furnished cottage, light streams through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Michael stands before a cracked mirror, his gaze fixed on his reflection, a shadow of dissatisfaction clouding his features. He reaches out, his fingers tracing the lines etched around his eyes in the flawed glass. A sigh escapes his lips, heavy with unspoken dreams and unrealized potential. The cracked mirror reflects not just his image, but also a distorted version of the life he wishes to escape. Laughter fills John's garden as friends gather in the sun, their joy a stark contrast to the shadows lurking nearby. From behind a manicured hedge, Michael watches, his face a mask of envy and longing. His jaw tightens, a silent storm brewing beneath the surface of his controlled exterior. The sounds of merriment grate on Michael's ears, amplifying the bitterness in his heart. He remains hidden, a solitary figure, consumed by a potent mix of resentment and desire. Michael's eyes remain fixed, a silent observer trapped between longing and isolation. Michael lies awake, eyes fixed on John's house across the yard, its lights a stark beacon in the night. He fixates on John locking his door twice, a peculiar habit that fuels Michael's growing obsession. Each day, John checks his mail at the same precise moment, a ritual now haunting Michael's thoughts. The mundane routine of John's life becomes an unsettling fixation, consuming Michael's every waking moment. Michael stands in John's cottage, the air heavy with the scent of aged wood and polish. He inhales deeply, his face relaxing, as if soothed by familiar ghosts. A serene expression spreads across Michael's face. The room seems to welcome him, enveloping him in its silent embrace. John frantically searches, a whirlwind of desperation consuming him. His movements escalate, each gesture amplifying his rising panic. A forced laugh masks the palpable unease, a thin veil over a storm. The tension radiates, a silent scream trapped within his frame. Inside John's once cheerful home, muddy footprints violate the pristine kitchen floor, a stark intrusion into domestic peace. John stares, his laughter abruptly extinguished, replaced by a creeping unease that shadows his features. The contrast between the pristine order and the muddy chaos is a visual metaphor for John's shattered calm. Each footprint is a heavy echo, amplifying John's growing concern and the palpable tension filling the room. Visibly shaken, John stands as the uninvited guest's mark turns his sanctuary into a crime scene. Erratic light flickers in John's house, long shadows dancing in the hallway. John stares intently at his reflection, brow furrowed with growing suspicion. A flicker of doubt crosses his face as he questions what he sees. He's convinced his reflection hesitated, a brief, unsettling moment. Paranoia grips him as he tries to discern reality from illusion. The mirror reflects more than just his image. It mirrors his fear. From his cottage window, Michael peers out, a sense of calm satisfaction settling over him like a gentle morning fog. The quaint cottage offers a stark contrast to the unseen turmoil outside, a haven from the storm he observes. Sunlight bathes the cottage, an idyllic backdrop to the unfolding drama beyond its walls. Michael's eyes reflect a serene triumph, the culmination of unseen efforts now bearing fruit. A subtle smile plays on Michael's lips as he remains a silent observer, detached yet deeply involved. The window frames the world outside, turning John's unraveling into a carefully watched scene. In Devon Village, the atmosphere shifts as villagers greet Michael with unexpected warmth, a stark contrast to prior interactions. A few villagers even mistake Michael for John, their faces lighting up with familiar smiles. Michael visibly straightens, his shoulders aligning with newfound confidence as echoes of John's persona resonate. His voice deepens, carrying a timbre reminiscent of John, adding to the growing illusion. The sun shines on Devon Village, highlighting the village's renewed acceptance of Michael. Michael's eyes gleam with a mix of surprise and burgeoning self-assurance as he navigates the transformed village. In the sterile police station, John's face is a canvas of fatigue, recounting bizarre events to an indifferent officer. He fidgets, a whirlwind of nerves barely contained, as he speaks of shadows moving and relentless whispers. "I know it sounds crazy, but I swear it's all true," John pleads, his voice cracking with desperation. The police officer's disinterest is a stark contrast to John's terror. "Get some sleep," he says dismissively. "We can't do anything about nightmares," the officer adds, sealing John's fate in a world of unseen horrors. An angry storm descends upon the Devon village, the sky awash with turbulent grays. Rain lashes down with relentless fury, transforming the serene garden into a deluge of water. Unfazed by the torrential downpour, Michael strides purposefully across the garden. He is without a coat, seemingly indifferent to the soaking rain as he nears John's house. His focused determination cuts through the storm's chaos. In the dim hallway of his house, John stands frozen, his figure framed by shadows and the soft glow of a distant light. His gaze is fixed, haunted, as he stares into the depths of the mirror, his face ashen against the dark backdrop. The mirror reflects a stranger, a ghost of the man he once knew, deepening the unease. A barely audible whisper escapes his lips, a confession hanging in the air. "You've been taking things." His eyes widen, a flicker of fear as the weight of his own words crashes down, shattering the silence. Inside John's dimly lit house, Michael steps beside him, their figures stark against the shadows. The mirror reflects two Johns, one trembling with fear, the other smiling with sinister satisfaction. The smiling John seems to mock the fearful one, a silent taunt hanging in the air. Michael's voice cuts through the tension, laced with accusation and disdain. "You had everything," Michael says, his words echoing in the room. "You weren't using it properly." Suddenly, darkness descends, swallowing John's house whole as the lights flicker and die. Outside, a fierce storm unleashes its fury, a symphony of chaos conducted by wind and rain. The house groans under the assault, every gust a threatening whisper in the suffocating dark. The night deepens, and the storm's rage intensifies, isolating John's house in a vortex of nature's wrath. The storm's aftermath leaves a pristine Devon village washed anew, the air filled with a crisp, clean scent. John, in a tweed suit, exits his quaint cottage, offering a cheerful wave towards his unseen neighbors. Across the hedge, Michael's cottage stands forlorn, its dark windows hinting at a deeper sorrow. The thatched roof of Michael's cottage sags, a silent testament to neglect and the relentless passage of time. The empty cottage slowly succumbs to rot, a stark contrast to the vibrant life stirring elsewhere in the village.